Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. My God, the Friday shows are always the best, okay? First of all, drinking hard AF seltzers, getting rocked live on air. D'Anthony Holloway will not be here today. He's on a veteran hog hunt where they go and shoot hogs from a helicopter in the sky, and then they blow them away. And I don't think they even eat them. Do they eat them down there, Delco, or do they just kind of leave them on the side of the road? How does that work out? Side of the road, yeah, which is fine. It's Texas. Apparently, there's a hog problem. I've got a different hog problem, but that's, a personal thing that I'm dealing with. And who better than to chat that out with today than the MILF of the year, Joslyn Jane. Welcome to the program, Joslyn. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
God, dude. Are you in a hotel right now? I mean, it's
Yes.
kind of crazy.
Yes, I'm in a hotel right now.
Are you real? Like, are we before or after a scene? Or are you just there for funsies? What's the story with the hotel? I gotta know.
So I haven't shot a scene today yet. No,
Not yet,
but
it's coming up.
No. Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, in that room?
Yeah.
Holy shit! All right, God, bless it. That's amazing. I mean, I feel nervous, by the way. They say don't meet your heroes. You're one of them. I feel like
thank you.
You've saved a lot of marriages. I feel like my right hand wants to say hello. You're one of the best in the business. 36G, is that real on the breast size? Let's start there.
Yes, that's my real breast size.
Okay, can I?
And they're mine.
They're yours, right? No doctors, no lawyers involved, nothing.
No doctors, no lawyers.
Okay, because with that, I love naturals. Always have, always will, right? My wife has huge naturals. Always have, always will. What bothers me about my favorite porn stars is when they get fake ones after they have huge naturals. Like Angela White, don't do this to me. Don't do this to us. It's like you're slapping God in the face. Don't do it.
Yeah. So it's funny that you say that because I've thought about getting my boobs done for sure.
Why? Why would you do? You got a gift.
Because I guess the short story is I have body dysmorphia, so I want them up to my neck. But you're right, all my friends are don't do that, you're slapping God in the face. So I'm probably just gonna leave them.
You please don't. I mean, for all of us out there, just don't do it. It's like when Jordan went to play baseball for a couple years. It's just
you're what are you doing?
Yes, it's a waste of talents. Where it's like, hey, dude, you're born with this. Give it to us. Give us all of the things.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to do it, right? I'm going to hold you to that to this day. Today is June 2nd. It's a Friday. It's about 87 degrees here in Austin, Texas. I want it on the record. You will not get fake tits after this show.
Okay.
Good.
Pinky swear.
All right, pinky swear. Let's get into, do people stop you on the street? Because I've known you, I feel like you're part of my family now, and I hate to go Vin Diesel on you and go Fast and Furious and be like,
am I in the family portrait?
You could, look, you could be. My wife's not stoked about it, but it's look, instead of stepping out on the marriage, you go up to the guest room and it's well, Jocelyn's going to save the marriage tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
Do you get that all the time? Do people stop you and say, hey, I'm a huge fan and here's why?
So I really don't get stopped. I get stopped in New York. But for the most part, sometimes people will just DM me, or I'll just get a drink brought to me by a bartender, and he's like, hey, that guy over there wanted to buy you a drink. So I do get attention and notice when I go out, but I don't ask people, oh, do you know who I am? I just kind of
No, I get it.
Be.
I get it, because you have one of those professions where you can't say it, where it's just a head nod, where you're hey.
Also, too, I'm kind of an asshole, and I kind of want you to say it.
Oh, really? Shit, I'm glad I led with it today. I was just look, huge fan.
Yeah.
I almost feel like crying. Like, that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback right there. Like, you're my quarterback.
Hey.
Yeah. Now, in 2021, you won MILF of the Year. Is there a competition between other MILFs where you guys know each other and there's something like a beef behind the scenes where it's like, hey, Lisa Ann, I'm sorry you're not MILF of the Year anymore. It's me. And then you guys all chat and hang out?
So this was on no, we don't all chat and hang out. You're a funny guy. No, so it was on a platform called ManyVids. So like you people, your fans vote for you. And then there's like they close it to the top 5 and then ManyVids chooses, I think, based on votes. But I mean, all those awards, like Why Not, AVN, all those awards, I've gone up against my friends, and my friends are always like, well, if you win, like, I'll be happy. And I'm always like, well, if you win, I'll be happy too. So.
But that's a lie. You're a liar. Like, you're lying about it. All you guys are lying to each other. I can't even hear this today.
You want the honest truth?
I sure do.
I'm a competitive person, so yes, like part of me is like, but also, you got to be a good sport.
You do and you don't, like when you're going up against these heavy hitters, and I'll name them, and I don't know if you guys know each other, and I'll ask. I'll go through the list, at least my personal list, okay? We'll go Melanie Hicks. Do you know her?
Okay, I know of her. I know people who know her, but I haven't met her. I met her maybe once.
Okay.
But I don't hang out with her.
All right, Angela White.
Or have her number.
Angela White.
No, I don't know her at all. I wish I did.
Okay. I think she's Australian, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go Lisa Ann next. Lisa Ann's been on the show. Great guest, by the way. Loves sports.
I love Lisa. I do know Lisa.
Okay.
But she's retired.
She's done. She's all done now, and it's your time.
Also, honestly, I love Lisa because she knows a shitload about sports.
Tons.
Like,
Yeah, she knows tons about sports, and I'm sure you guys are both competitive, but at least you're not going against one another, and that's fine.
Yeah, because I would lose every time. Like, it's Lisa Ann. Like, she doesn't even have a last name. Like,
I know, it's crazy, right? It's like fucking Cher or Pele.
I was just gonna say Cher.
Yeah, Cher, Pele, Ronaldo. It's like, all right, great. It's just Lisa Ann. We all know
Prince,
what she does.
Yeah.
Like, R.I.P. Yeah. I love Prince. I was listening to Prince on the way over here.
Oh, I love Prince.
Same. Little Red Corvette was on in the car on Sirius XM, and I went nuts. I mean, I went all the way in on that song on the way over here. Don't even remember the drive, to be honest with you. It was amazing. I'm looking at your Twitter right now. Are you from Florida? Why are you such a huge Heat fan?
I'm from Miami.
Are you really?
Born and raised. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to get dark today. We're going to get real fucking dark today.
That game was very painful to watch.
It was awful. I bet I took Denver. Oh my God. Took Denver plus I had -9 last night. I took the first half -5.5. Yeah.
You should have, because they're tired. Denver has had a week to rest. You have to think about logistics here. We're all human beings, right?
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to win game 1. And also, we're in that altitude.
Yeah.
They're tired.
But do you think they're going to win the series?
I think it's going to be a slug. I think it's going to be tough. I think we can do it, but we need everyone playing their best, which is a lot to ask for, considering, injuries and things like that.
Yeah, and also considering the fact that the Heat just aren't good enough, and I'm going to go ahead and say that live on air. I've got it. It's 4-0. I got a 4-0 Denver sweep. I don't know how you stop Jokic, and I'm sorry about it. It was admirable. What Jimmy Butler has done is amazing, but I don't see them winning one game in this series.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. And Jamal Murray is so good. I keep forgetting that Eric Gordon's on the team now. And then you have Caldwell Pope. And then it's a lot.
They're deep. They're very deep.
They're deep. Yeah, that's the other problem too, is they're a very deep team. There are things that definitely helped us get to the conference finals. One of I think the most interesting things was Thibodeau. So we can talk about the Knicks series for a second.
Sure.
So what I find super interesting and an understory that maybe not a lot of people get is Thibodeau was the coach for the Wolves when Jimmy requested a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And Thibodeau has been highly criticized for overplaying his players, playing them too many minutes. The reason why we won game 6 was because Brunson was tired as fuck. I was at that game. That's one of the only reasons I believe that we won that series, because Thibodeau overplays his top players way too much.
Yeah, and I don't know that they have a top player like the guy yet. I think the Knicks are a couple pieces away. So when I watched that series, I was like, all right, great. It wasn't a huge shock that the Heat won. But we're gonna get deeper here on you because you're a Heat fan. We're gonna get real. We're gonna get disgusting.
Okay.
We're gonna get disgusting.
We're gonna get
today.
real deep. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna get real fucking deep today.
Okay.
Has anybody from the Miami Heat ever DM'd you and wanted to hook up?
No.
Okay. What if I told you we had a porn star on this show who had hooked up with Jimmy Butler?
I that doesn't shock me.
Would it shock you
all.
if she said that Jimmy Butler was not straight?
No, that wouldn't shock me either.
Have you heard something that we don't?
No, but it's celebrities, athletes. I've heard stories over the years. Even before I got into the industry, I mean, my mom told me about Prince and all those crazy sex parties that he would have, and like.
Well, Prince is androgynous, right? It's like I would fuck Prince. Like it's one of those things where it was like if Prince was over and we were kind of snuggled up in bed and he was like, "Hey, you want to fuck?" I'd be like, "Yeah,
That's
I mean,
your
I
one
guess."
Pass? Is that your one pass?
Male wise, yeah. If I'm going dudes, yes, it would probably be Prince. One, he's kind of smaller and I could dominate him. I'm 6'3" in real life, 225. So like,
right now.
I could dominate Prince in the paint and really get into that asshole and you know, yeah. Take, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. Like I would make him sing the song, and then I would put my wiener inside of him.
You'd make him serenade you too?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be paying him.
Fuck, I have to give him royalties. He wrote the goddamn song. It's copyright royalties. I'm gonna have to write him a check for it. But Prince is one of those guys where I'd be like, all right, cool. I feel like Jimmy Butler's the same way, where he's a pretty little motherfucker, where you're just like, all right, I kind of get it.
Also, I mean, I get it. Like, I mean, yeah. So why did she say he was gay?
So she hooked up with him. It was
straight.
It was Tiana Trump. It was Tiana Trump. Do you know Tiana Trump, the porn star?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah. So she basically said, she was on the show a few years ago. She basically said, look, he was rad, like the best guy ever, but we just ended up shopping for like purses all the time, and it was like having a beef fry, you know?
You know what I like about Jimmy? Like he's a very playful person. Like I don't know what year this was, but there was footage like years ago where he did an interview out on the water in a canoe, and that motherfucker doesn't know how to swim. He's just goofy. It's just a goofy fuck. Like I just think he's funny. Like the big face coffee thing, I just think he's like a goofball.
Is it goofy, though, to do something that it might kill you, where you're like, I don't know how to swim. I'm just going to huck myself out in the middle of this river.
I mean, he was wearing a life jacket. I'm assuming that there were people there to save him in case, shit went south.
You never know.
He's still here. So clearly it worked out.
It is. But, I mean, look, you're from Florida. We showed a guy the other day on Ross Patterson Revolution, another show that I host, who went out back 2 a.m. behind the bar. What was the name of that bar, Bob? Do you remember? Down there in Florida.
Oh, shit. No.
Stuck his arm in the water and was like, is there gators here?
No, he didn't stick his arm in the water. He was just standing there peeing all drunk, and a gator popped fully out of the water and ripped his arm off.
Ripped his fucking arm clean off his body. So great. It was so great. I wish you were here. It was very satisfying to watch.
Wait, is there footage of this? Can I be sent this footage?
Not
please?
only is there footage of it, we showed it on air, and I think we got dinged for it on YouTube because it was just
shit. Well, fuck you, YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Fuck you.
exactly, dude. But this gets way worse. So homeboy is missing, and I'm talking shoulder up. It's not like, oh hey, I lost my hand or I lost my forearm.
I'm laughing, but this isn't great. This is the most Florida story I've heard today. That's why.
Because you're a disgusting person and same as me, and I love that about you.
I'm a gross human being.
Yes, you're a fucking dirtbag, and I love it. Same here. So homeboy got it bit up all the way up to the shoulder, so you could just see the white bone out of the shoulder.
Oh god damn! That's gnarly.
Oh, you want to get?
Have you ever seen someone break their leg or arm in front of you? Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Hang on, we're gonna go darker today because it's Friday, and I've had a few drinks, so buckle up. There is footage of homeboy missing the whole arm up to the shoulder, bone out, and with his left arm. I don't know what camera I'm on for her. He's slapping the water, swimming at it, trying to find the arm that he just lost. And he's so fucked up, like drunk behind this bar. And you're like, oh my God, dude.
Oh my God. And
he's trying to look for it in the water as if the gator ripped it off and then just released it. Like clearly the gator was hungry.
Catch and release.
Yeah, it wasn't a catch and release sitch where he was like, ah, shit, this is like a stock pond full of bass when you got kids, and you're just like, you can release it or whatever. No, that fucking arm was gone, hombre. And he's just paddling in the water.
Chase after the gator.
I mean, it was fucking dark.
No, the most Florida part, though, was that the dude giving him medical care didn't take the cigarette out of his mouth.
Oh, my God, you're right. I forgot about that. Homeboy, again, can she see me on this camera or the other one? Which is it? Okay, this one. Okay, great. So homeboy, yeah, a homeboy who started taking care of him, too. You know when you're wasted and there's one guy that pops out of the bar and he's just like, oh, yeah, I took CPR. I was a lifeguard when I was 15. He's standing over him going, oh, just relax. But he's got like a Capri 120 hanging out of his mouth.
Of course he has a Capri 120.
And he's just like, hey, man.
Yeah. Or a Virginia Slim.
Yeah. And he didn't let it go. And he's just like, hey, man, dude, all you need to do is relax. It's just a fucking, some artery that he read about in a book online at his JUCO. And he was like, you just need to relax, man. It's all going to be fine. We're going to find that fucking arm. And it was like, no, dude, you're not finding the fucking arm. The arm's gone.
Who ran after the gator?
Yeah.
Who ran after the gator? That's the first thing I would have done. Can you imagine? Okay. So there's a lot going on in that video. But what I can't imagine is what his fucking brain was going through. Because imagine being drunk and then losing a fucking limb.
Yep.
Like.
I know what it is.
You're in shock and you're drunk as fuck.
Take my hand like you're a small child at Disney World. I'm going to walk you through this, okay? So when you're that wasted at this shitty Florida bar, Bob, what's the name of that fucking bar down there? Find it, because that's a good one, too. We almost went and visited it when we were in Tampa last week. But with that...
Oh, you were in Tampa last week?
Yeah,
we were in Daytona last week.
Were you really?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. Ships in the night. Ships in the night. We're our Hard AF Seltzer. we're the official sponsors of the Tampa Bay Rays, the Miami Marlins, and then the Tampa Bay Rowdies down there. So we went to the game, drank the product inside the stadium and all that stuff, and everybody's like, "Hey, come to the bar where Gator Boy was." I don't know his real name. I've been calling him Gator Boy for like a week.
It's Banditos.
Banditos.
In Fort Myers.
Oh
Banditos.
Oh my God. That's only like an hour and a half away from me. I don't want to go there.
Go to Banditos, get a pic, and be like, this is where that motherfucker lost his arm. And just let us know. Because when you see the video and he's kind of just slapping at it.
I'm going to send you a selfie.
Please do. Like, that would make my whole entire life. Because I didn't get a chance to go down there.
No. I'm going to send you a video.
Yeah.
I'm going to imitate. Yeah.
If you go down there and stick your left arm in the water and just kind of start slapping it, like looking for the guy's arm still, you're my hero. You're my hero. I don't have many heroes left in this world.
I can't lose a limb though. So.
Well, could you, or would that just add another fetish to OnlyFans, where it's like, look, 36 G's, she's missing a fucking arm.
I'd be like that surfer girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they made a movie out of her. It wasn't Linda Hamilton, but it was something like that. Bob, who's the one-armed surfer out of Hawaii?
Mad white sounding first name.
I know. Kevin Sorbo did the movie with her.
It's
Bethany
Hamilton.
Bethany Hamilton. That's
Bethany
it,
Hamilton.
Yeah. So you could be the one-armed porn star, and that could be your thing, and it's just like...
You could be the Bethany Hamilton of porn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Which hand is your jack hand? Is it your right or your left?
I do both because they get tired.
Well, you're ambidextrous. I get it. But if you had a go-to hand, last shot of the game, okay, so you're dribbling right. So put the left arm in the water. That way, if you lose it, you still have an amazing career. And then you could get your own movie.
I need two hands.
Yeah, well, it depends. Are you doing a ton of gangbang videos? I stay away from it because I'm proud of you and I don't want to see that.
No, I haven't done a gangbang.
Okay,
do you want me to?
I don't want to see that, okay?
Okay.
Again, I have an image of you in my mind outside of pornography, and it's this wholesome...
as the volleyball player next door.
100%.
When you move in, she offers you cookies.
Yes, you're Gabrielle Reese with 36 G's, and that's kind of what everybody wants in this life. And I want to have a different image of you, not one where it's just there's so much coming at you that you're just, dodging. It's like the movie The Birds.
Yeah, but that's exactly what makes me a hero.
It is and it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants the girlfriend experience. Even Bill Gates.
Yes.
When he fucked that Russian. That Russian, what did she do?
I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, what did she do? Was she a chess player? No, it was a bridge player. She was a bridge player. So he fucks this, bridge player, and they were asking her. They were like, "Hey, what was Bill Gates, fucking you to do?" And it was the girlfriend experience, which I'm sure you get a lot. Like, I don't want to see you in The Birds with just dicks instead of birds all over your face. I don't want to see that. I think too highly of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So let's just keep it
classy. I'm still a Florida scumbag. Let's be very clear about something.
Totally. I mean, absolutely. I'm not denying that. And that's part of the charm as well, where it's just like, all right, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you weren't in pornography, I'd probably meet you at a Waffle House.
I've never been to Waffle House. Fun fact.
Come on. You've never had a Libs patty melt plate?
No. So my mom, when we were kids, we used to drive to sleepaway camp in North Carolina every year. So we would drive through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. And she would always be like, "No, I'm not stopping at Waffle House. It's disgusting. Like, there's no standard." I'm like, "Okay, so we're going to go to Wendy's instead?" It doesn't make any sense. It's like a sit-down restaurant. But she's a Leo, so I didn't argue.
Do you think something bad happened to her there where she got either burnt with a spatula,
or maybe someone punched her in the face? I don't know. Maybe she used to work there and she used to fucking brawl with everybody. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know that story.
If you send me a picture of your mom, I can tell you in 10 seconds. So she got a chair thrown in her head at a Waffle House.
Okay, so actually, you want to know? Okay, so Sarah J is one of my very close friends, and my mom is like not a very she's not really into makeup or anything.
Okay.
So I showed Sarah a picture of my mom once, and she was like, "Yo, she looks like a lesbian gym teacher."
Of your mom? Did your mom say that about Sarah? Or did Sarah say that about your mom?
No, Sarah said that about my mom.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? It checks out.
All right. Fair. Look, fair enough. We all carry a couple traits, down the family gene, and that's what happens. That's what happens there.
She's like, "That's why you look so gay." I'm like, I know.
Sarah Jane, she's the other MILF, right?
Sarah J.
Sarah J, right?
Massive ass.
Yes. She kind of looks like
massive ass,
Vin Diesel now. We're talking about the same one, right?
Yeah.
What?
No, she's gotten a little older. There's a meme going around online of her and Vin Diesel at this age, and it's kind of similar. He's got a new movie out in theaters right now, so it's too.
What is it? The Fast and the Furious 69?
It sure is. And in this one, it's all about the family. The whole family's 69 each other.
That somebody I was talking to somebody recently about movies, and he was like, "Oh, Fast and Furious is my favorite franchise."
Run
away. I looked at him and I said, quite frankly, I really liked when they added Ludacris. That was my favorite addition to the series. But also, there's no plot. There's absolutely no plot. I missed the original Fast and Furiouses because that really hot Asian girl was in it that disappeared.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
I sure do.
Aoki. I don't know if she's Steve Aoki's sister, but...
I can solve the mystery for you. So yes, it is Steve Aoki's sister.
She's so hot. Oh my God.
And wait, here's a crazier story. Do you know what who their dad is? The dad is the inventor of Benihana's. Close. Mao Zedong or the inventor of Benihanas, both equally important to the world. And it's onesie twosie.
Oh my God, I love Benihana. Yeah.
Who doesn't? Everybody's got a Benihana smile. As soon as that shrimp goes into the air, it's, oh. There's no better way to celebrate your life. But look that up, Bob. I believe that's true. It's Steve Aoki. No,
it is. But his dad also disowned him when he wanted to become a DJ.
Oh, that's right. His dad disowned him when he wanted to become a DJ.
Oh my God! You know what? Fuck him.
Exactly.
Fuck him. Cakes for like 20 years.
But it's hard for me to go back on something like that. Like I love Benihana's. I love that Rocky special. You give me that steak, that chicken, and that shrimp, and some fried rice, and I'll do whatever you want at that point. I'll do reverse cowboy.
You're easy. When's your birthday?
February 25th, 1996.
So you're a Pisces.
Sure am. It's a water sign, and
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, great! I know a few people with Cancer, so. Okay, I don't know anything about I don't know anything about astrology. So for dudes, like if a dude says I love Fast and Furious franchise, that's my favorite movie franchise, you run away. For us, if a girl says I know everything about astrology, we run away.
Yeah. It's a defense mechanism, really. No, so when he was like talking to me about the Fast and Furious franchise, he was like really into it. And I was like, oh, like I really just watch it for like the cars and the girls. Like I thought that's why everybody watched it. And he was like, oh, but there's a plot in every single movie. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Every single one. I watched it to see who
I probably watch it with on mute. I'm just there to look at the cars and the women. I don't really know much about cars either.
Yeah, I've got a different vibe towards it. When I watch it, I'm looking at who the Oscar nominees are going to be. Because it's a nice precursor for the Oscars of who Best Actor and Best Actress is going to be, and that's why I watch it. I'm a big fan.
As you should.
That, and I miss Paul Walker. R.I.P., obviously.
He was such a beautiful little golden retriever, that one.
He was. And then he keeps popping up in the goddamn movies. So I watched the other one the other night. Kids wanted to see it, so I took them. And he's in it for like the first 5 minutes as if he's never been dead.
Do they take old snippets that they had, like, because like with Mac, like I'm a huge Mac Miller fan, and like a lot of times artists will get like a Mac Miller track even though he's passed away.
Yep. So
I don't know.
With that, they actually use his brother. His brother looks similar to him, and then they, put dots on his face, and then they CGI Paul's face on his brother's, which is super fucking dark, but they do it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's awful. And then here's the crazier part, and this will really blow your mind.
Imagine being told like, "Hey, you're handsome, but you're not as handsome as your deceased brother. We need you."
Yeah,
that's fucked. That's so dark. Oh my God.
You're the Uggo brother who we have to CGI out, and I'm sorry, but we need you sitting in the car. But his daughter is actually in this movie, and she's now 24 years old.
Oh my God, now I feel old. Yeah.
Well, speaking of age, as a MILF, like how old are you in real life? You don't look old enough to be the MILF of the year.
32.
What the fuck, dude?
I set the number to 40.
We've got to.
Yeah,
we've
that was
got
the number that came up with.
I mean, look, we've had Rosa Parks on a bus. We've had the Suffrage Act. Obviously, Civil Rights Act was super important. If we don't go to Congress and set this age at 40 for a minimum for MILFs on screen, that's too young. You're 32 years old.
But also, too, right? It doesn't matter. Even if I had started porn at 18, I would have been a MILF because I have titties. So it really has to do more with the body type. But listen, like I know girls who have babies and they're 15. Doesn't that technically make them a MILF?
Not really.
Not by definition.
No. Look, I've seen Teen Mom on MTV. Like I don't want to think about
MILF,
that.
I think of Stacey's mom. I think of that fucking music video. Her.
She's got it going on.
The one that
she's all I've wanted.
The one that was married to Rod Stewart. Yeah.
Yes. Her. I don't like. You're 32 years old. You should be. you know, either first marriage or like the divorce, like on your second marriage, but definitely not the MILF yet.
I thought the term was fat-ass white girl.
Well, that's the other one is
That's
pog.
pog.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy the term pog, fat-ass white girl?
I think it's fine. It's not politically correct, I don't think, but
do you like it though? Yeah, who gives a shit? Like,
it's a fine. I mean, I'd rather that than like, bitch.
Yeah, because people call me honky dick all the time, like in the streets, and I'm not offended by it. They're like, "Yo, what's up, honky dick?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How are you guys doing today?"
Are you famous for that? Is that what you're known for?
My honky dick? I don't know. In certain parts of the world, sure. Should I be more famous?
Parts of the world.
Yeah. Should it be more famous? You bet. But I can't control that. My dick has never had a good agent. I have, but my penis never has. So that's his own fault. Also, doesn't have a big social media following. He doesn't post enough. So that's kind of on my dick at that point. But
dick needs to get it together.
Yeah, you need 3 posts a day on Instagram, and you need to do more reels with your dick. And it's like, oh, he's exhausted. I'm exhausted. I don't want any part of it. But fat ass white girl I actually like, where it's just like, all right, this is Pog's country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a genre.
I like that.
It is. It's a full genre. So
I didn't know
but you know that.
Disrespectful term. Like
Me neither.
I'm new here.
Yeah. Some people have told me that it is disrespectful. And I'm like, okay.
It isn't. I think MILF is disrespectful. For a 32-year-old, I'd rather be a fat-ass white girl than a MILF, where it's just like,
yeah,
all right.
I mean, I'm definitely more of a pog, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find you later.
And
That's Giorgio, by the way, one of our producers. He's single right now. He had a shot at Lisa Ann. This is... well, I don't want to go too deep into that story.
Did
but
you shoot your shot at Lisa Ann? What'd you say?
Yeah.
I'm dying to know.
I fumbled the bag.
I'm seeing her tomorrow.
Yeah, just
so
tell
anything you want me.
Tell her I say what's up.
Say Giorgio says what's up, and he apologizes for fumbling the bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll hit her up next time I'm in New York.
Okay.
Next time he's in New York, it's fun.
We'll be in New York in July.
Yeah, you'll be in New York in July, and there's an Olive Garden in Times Square that you guys can meet up at for Real Italian, and it'll be great.
Come out.
This motherfucker said Olive Garden.
Roll out, dude. Roll out, dog. It's fucking never-ending pasta month. So
I'll get that resi. We'll get it going.
Do whatever you want. She's from Florida. This is a Cheddar's girl, I bet. She's like, yo, meet me at Cheddar's,
Flanagan's.
dog.
Flanagan's. Give me Flanagan's or give me nothing.
Give me Flanagan's or give me death. That's what you just said.
Yes.
I'm a little tiny Cheddar's boy. I'll be at Cheddar's
What's
down
Cheddar's?
there.
What's
Cheddar's? Holy
what is that?
shit, dude. Do I get to stretch out?
See,
I can stretch out and give you some Cheddar's knowledge today? I wasn't expecting it, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
If I get to drop some Cheddar's knowledge on you. So it's a step above an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays. It is fresh. The food is fresh. It's delightful.
Okay.
And then their drink menu is off the charts. It's one of the best I've seen. And their drink menu is just ahead of Outback Steakhouse. And now look, I love a Wallaby Darn as much as the next guy, but Cheddar's drink menus are elevated. And that's where I'm looking to go. So if I'm in Florida and I'm looking to go to a chain and kind of set shit off, it's Cheddar's for me.
Flanagan's has great drinks, great discounts, but they're more in, I don't know if they're in middle, central, northern Florida. I know they're in Miami, but I don't know.
Gotcha. So do you live in Miami currently?
Yes.
And how do you like it? Because we've been down there 3 or 4 times this year for the Miami Marlins games. Obviously, like I told you, we're a sponsor for the team. We enjoy it. We love going to Miami. I feel like it's changing though a lot, and the traffic has gotten so fucking bad that it's like you're choosing sides of Miami to live on.
Yeah, and then you're also choosing when you leave and go run errands and when you come back because it's a lot.
Yeah, are you over the bridge? Are you in South Beach? Or are you just above it?
I'm west and north of the beach.
You just named 2 of Kanye West's kids. So wherever that is, it sounds delightful.
Yeah, I live by the Pinecrest area.
Oh, okay, cool. cool. And then do you have an OnlyFans as well?
Yes, I have an OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Joslyn Jane.
What's the weirdest request you've ever gotten on there?
This was before I had an OnlyFans, but a dude asked me to do a custom for him. Oh no, this is on webcam. So I had to pretend like I was outside of church, showing my titties.
Yep.
And telling everybody that they were going to go to hell.
That's great. And that was all he wanted. He just wanted to see tits outside the church. Telling everybody going to hell.
Definitely a priest. He was definitely a priest.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I mean, I'm assuming.
Dude,
I'm assuming he was a priest. Like, why would you request that? Unless you were hit like in Catholic school. Like I get that too. I know people who were. But
yeah, we got two
weird.
Producers who were hitting in Catholic
school boy.
Yeah.
Did they hit your hand with the ruler?
I blacked a lot of it out.
Yeah, a lot of that's blacked out. Once the second knuckle goes into that ass, you got to get rid of those memories for good.
We were both altar boys.
They were both altar boys back there.
Oh no!
I know. It's
a lot.
Well, yeah.
If I ever meet them, I'm going to give them a big hug.
Yeah, you should.
For over 5 seconds.
Yeah, for over 5 seconds, 1, 2. That communion wasn't bread. It was the full loaf. It was just the full loaf of bread that was going in there. And I feel bad for these guys. But was that it? So no masturbation, no nothing? He just wanted a video telling people they were going to hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just just shaking my titty. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
crazy.
Just shaking it around, and that's fine. Anything with animals?
No, and that's animal abuse. So, but I people have asked, but one guy asked me to fuck his dog.
Whoa!
And I was like, yeah, and he told he sent me like a very detailed paragraph about the breed of the dog and where the dog came from, and then he told me that he wanted the dog to nut at me, and I was like, what, you think that a half dog, half like some sort of Harry Potter character is going to come out of my vagina? Like, what's wrong with you?
What was it? His dog? Like, was he trying?
Yes, it was his dog. It was like a pit bull or a King Corso, and he had like this very good bloodline. Like,
legendary.
That's legendary. Yeah.
I was like, what are the Westminster dog shows going on?
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy, but whatever.
Was the pit bull's name Mr. 305? Did he have a name for it or no? And that's out of my own curiosity there. But
he did have like a very like prestigious name, like very like it was like Lisa. It was like a very like distinguished name. It was like
Jonas Van de Pamplos. Something crazy.
Yes. Or like Thor, like some crazy name.
Wow, dude. So he wanted you to fuck his dog. God damn, that's dark. I don't get shit like that. And I mean, I'm happy and I'm sad about it, I guess. I mean, one of these days I just want to pop open a DM and they're like, hey, dude, I know you hate cats. Would you consider just duct taping up the sides of my cats and then putting your penis inside of it so the organs don't come out? And like, you'd be like, all right, cool. Like, then I know that, we have like real fans, you know what I'm saying? Instead of pretend fans.
Yeah.
But you get shit like this all the time. And I think that's amazing because gerbil stomping's up there, right? Where you smash a gerbil with a foot.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So my ex, who was my director for Black Patrol, they did a scene where they stuck a gerbil like in a condom in someone's asshole and they had to take it off X videos because the gerbil like literally died inside of this person's asshole. Yeah.
God damn it. R.I.P. R.I.P. to that gerbil,
I know. I love gerbils. I used to take them home when I was in like second grade and take care of them over the weekend.
My God, dude. And real quick, I just want to circle back to Black Patrol. Is that what it sounds like?
Yes. I played a cop.
Okay, great. Now, the other part of that is the race element. I
fucked black dudes.
There we go. Okay. I didn't want to say it, okay? This is your job, not mine, and I respect you and everything about you today. But I needed to know what happened in Black Patrol. So you were the officer.
Exactly what it sounds. Exactly like it sounds.
But is it
pretty self-explanatory?
But do you guys have like porns ripped from the headlines? Like, are you playing like a female Derek Chauvin? Like, how does that work out? Like, was there like a George Floyd? Like, how does that go?
No, so like there was like obviously like I was the meaner cop. My friend Maggie Green, who was my co-star, there were a lot of things that she wouldn't say, and because they were long days, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll say it."
Yeah.
And so I said some pretty like outrageous shit. But you know, it's a character that I played, and it doesn't reflect my actual opinions.
What was it?
Yeah.
Now I have to know. What did you say in this?
So, like, we used to have to say, like, homeboy. Like, we called them names like Bob Marley and, like, Jerome and, like, you know, fucked up. Like, basically, like, borderline race play.
Sure.
But, yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand that race play is a thing.
You asked me what's the craziest request you've gotten. The craziest request I've actually ever gotten this was not even a year into it. I get an email from this guy and he's like, "Hey, I want you to fuck I want you to fuck a male talent, dress him up as a slave, and I want you to play a slave owner and fuck your slave."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, I can't do that." Like,
you said you said no to?
Yeah, because it can be very like it can be taken out of context. It's not, you can't take that back either. Like that's borderline for me.
That's too much for you? Look, I wrote a book where one of the characters.
That's where I draw the line, goddammit.
I mean, I wrote a book where one of the characters fucked Harriet Tubman, and he said, "Treat me like your slave tonight," and then gave him her belt, and then Harriet Tubman beat the shit out of this guy, and it was glorious. Maybe that was part of it, where they were taking back.
Yeah.
The power.
Oh my God. Have you seen that show? You?
Yeah.
That reminds me. You know the character who likes to get peed on?
Yep.
Exactly. Same shit.
That's what I'm talking about. So the creator of You was actually on the show, Carolyn Kepnes. Great writer, excellent writer. She was on the show, and we were asking her all about it because I'm a huge fan of You. And then when you start to take it to that level where you like to get pissed on and all that other stuff, since you're going there, that's had to have been a request at some point in your life, right? Where it's just like, hey.
Yeah, people have asked it that I can piss on them for sure.
And do you enjoy that?
Yeah, kind of.
There we go. Now we're digging in. Now we got it's a
yeah,
look.
Like Black Patrol definitely like it awakened my dominant side. Like she was always kind of like lurking in the shadows, but when I played Officer Jane, like I changed for the better.
Okay, so is that part of your repertoire where you're like, all right, cool. If I'm dating somebody in real life, maybe third or fourth dates, I piss all over them and kind of test them and see where we're going in this relationship. And then maybe, look, 2 years into a marriage.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then maybe 2 years into a marriage, potentially. I don't know if you've been married or not.
No, never been married.
Okay, not yet, but you will. And they're like, hey.
I don't know why you say that. Why do you say that? Why do I have to be married?
Because you seem like a friendly person who wants to settle down and potentially have a family one day and then change the Florida lifestyle, you know? I want to ask you about the bed in the background, okay? So that looks like a twin bed. That does not... Nobody sprung for the suite today.
It's a full.
Yeah, exactly. It's a full.
It's a full. Or a queen. I think it's a queen.
You're a queen, but they put you in a full. Why didn't they spring for the suite and really go all out today for this scene?
I don't know. I'm about to call and start a riot.
I'd call your agent and be like, hey, they put a queen in a full. This is bullshit. I mean, and as a director myself, how are you going to get enough cameras in there? Like, I don't really understand where you're going to put sticks up in that room. Like, that's Where are you at? A La Quinta down there? They put our little queen in a quinta, La Quinta down there?
No, I'm not at La Quinta.
Where,
that would be hilarious.
Where are you at?
I've never stayed at La Quinta.
That looks too small for you, dude. You need to be treated better. Who's your agent? Get him on the horn.
Call Lainey right now.
I know. This is crazy in the background right there. It looks like you're hiding from someone.
You know what else? Maybe I am. You never know.
I don't know.
Are you guys Rick and Morty fans?
Oh boy,
yes, we are.
Yeah, everybody back here. My co-host's dog's name are actually Rick and Morty.
Oh my God, get the fuck out. I want to see pictures of them.
I don't know if we can cut to that camera. They're right there. Is that possible, Delco?
Nah, she can't see it.
She can't see it. Okay.
I can bring it over to you.
There's a portrait over there. If you want to grab it, you can hold it up for her, and that's fine. But yeah, they shouldn't be treating you like that. How are you going to get those camera angles in there today? What's the scene? Did they tell you on the call sheet, like, hey, you're doing anal today? What are you doing today?
No, it's just a boy girl.
Oh, it's just a boy girl. Okay.
Oh, they're so cute, little babies.
Look at that. And that's my co-host, Stan
Rick
Holloway. He's the guy out shooting hogs
Who's
today.
Morty? Oh, okay.
Tough to say anymore. You know what I'm saying? Tough to say.
Whichever one looks meaner should be Rick.
Yeah, I don't see race, so I really don't know how to separate the dogs.
No, Rick. No, meaner.
Meaner. So today's a boy-girl scene. Do they go over what you guys are doing? Like, hey, it's going to be anal. We're going to have...
Why do you keep bringing up anal? I can't stand you.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not me. It's one of the producers is in my ear, and he keeps saying anal and over again.
Oh, okay.
It's a guy named Bob, and he keeps saying it over and over again. He just had a child, so... Look, we don't know what he's going through, and I apologize for that. But what does it say on the call sheet of like what your duties are today?
So it just gives you like a script, and then it gives you it will give you pictures of the positions that you have to be in.
Okay.
And then it'll give you like an example of the scenarios that you have to act out, because we all need pictures because we don't know how to read.
Yeah. No, and I understand that.
It can be tough, It's
reading is the hardest part, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, it's...
yeah. And then when your scene partner gets there, you talk about your do's and don'ts, like what you like, what you don't like, things like that.
So do you say to him, hey, Johnny? I don't know if his name is Johnny. I don't know if it's Johnny.
I do know a performer named Johnny. That's why I laugh.
We all do, and it's like, hey, you see, you catch a glimpse of Johnny from the other room, and you knock that out of your wife's hand. You're like, nope, not today.
Fucking Johnny.
Yeah, we're not doing Johnny's sins today, okay? Let's go for a midget or something. Somebody I can dominate and be better than, not Johnny's sins. But is it stick figures? Do they have that kind of drawn out like stick figures on there?
No, they have they take screenshots from other scenes. So it'll be like a picture of your friend, and you're like, oh hey.
No shit.
What's up? Yeah, just screen grabs from other scenes. Or when we did Black Patrol, we watched a lot of Cops.
The actual TV show Cops?
Yeah, the actual TV show Cops.
Oh, look, we've got a ton of first responders as listeners out there, so... look, if the cops want a shout out, they want a shout out. Can I recommend a character in that world then?
Sure.
You know that female cop from Laverne, Tennessee, who got plowed by the whole police department?
Yes.
I think you could do it. I think you could do that, and then we do the whole Nashville PD and then get them all involved,
Yeah. Yeah.
Has that been part of it? Have you fucked a fan yet? Have you fucked a fan yet?
Not on I haven't on camera. I haven't. I've tried to do it, and a lot of times they can't get hard.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot
because it's too much pressure.
To meet, yeah. People have told me to meet me in real life is a lot. I'm just a person though.
Yeah, I get it. I felt the same way the first time I met Carrot Top in real life. I was so nervous.
And I can't believe he's still alive.
Me neither. It looks great though. I mean, steroids. Everybody should be on steroids. So, good for him.
What does he look like now? Didn't he get into drugs and then?
Well, it's a lot of work done. So he kind of looks like Kathy Griffin. Do you know who that is? The comedian.
Yes.
Yeah, they look identical. A lot of work done and all that other stuff. When you're a ginger like that, you don't age gracefully.
My dad is a ginger, though, and he's aged very well.
Is he really?
Yeah, and I was telling somebody earlier today that my dad has like 3 gray hairs. My mother hates him.
How old is he?
Like, he's 63.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and he has like 4 gray hairs. She's like, I can't stand your father.
Man.
Okay.
Are you close with your parents? And are they amped about what you're doing for a living?
I'm not super close with them.
Okay. Do they know? Have they seen any of your movies?
We don't talk about it.
But do they know?
I'm pretty sure they know.
Okay. Because we've had a few porn stars on the show who are just like, hey, my parents don't know. I've never told them. And they don't, they're super religious. They don't watch anything like that. And and they were like, hey, dude, it's a total mystery. And then I go home for Thanksgiving and ask for the cranberry plate just like anybody else in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really depends. Like, but, my parent, like, we just don't talk about it. But, like, I've been recognized, like, at dinner with them.
Okay.
And like free food was started coming out to the table.
Holy shit. Were you at a P.F. Chang's?
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. As if a bunch
I haven't been at P.F. Chang's in like 20 years.
Look, if a bunch of General Tso's chicken just started coming to the table and they were like, holy shit, dude, how many times have you seen my daughter get fucked? That would be awkward where there's no way around that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember every porn you shot?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to bring up some of your hits. Do you mind?
Okay, perfect.
All right. So, hot Joslyn Jane takes BBC after mixed nude wrestling loss to Will Tile. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you have to lose?
It was my first wrestling scene ever.
I
did, and Will is fucking gigantic. He's like 205 pounds and 5'8". He's like all muscle, like, and it's all in his legs and his butt.
Yeah, but I believe in the feminist movement, and I want to believe that you would have won that fight, and that's why that was unrealistic to me.
Okay.
It was. When I watched you guys in the octagon, I was like, dude, I think she could have done something.
You were like, let me call Dana White.
Yeah, and that one to me, I was like, hey, I wanted to see you win at the end, and I was surprised when you didn't. You just ended up having a bunch of sex. And I was like, God damn it. I wanted to see her with the belt at the end of it. And then maybe, like $1 million baby type of thing where you get paralyzed later. And what? I mean, that happens too.
No, you just reminded me of that movie. It was a good movie. It made me sad.
Very, very great movie. Very great movie.
Yeah.
The next one I'm going to go to is POV Viagra mix-up with my friend's hot mom, Joslyn Jane. How did the Viagra get mixed up in that one?
Movie magic.
But you don't remember where it was like, oh, hey.
No, I remember the guy. I know the guy. He's a friend of mine, Kyle Ball. Was like.
But as far as the Viagra getting mixed up in the drink, because this is something I'm worried about. I feel like I'm going to get sex trafficked one day and somebody's going to mix up Viagra in my drink. And then I'm going to end up fucking a bunch of like the Mexican cartel. And I don't want that to happen because we're very close to the border down here. Was the drink kind of placed like a Cosby sitch? And did you do it or did somebody else do it? And that was the Viagra mix-up.
It was like a Cosby situation, I suppose. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's funny.
Well, I mean, but we have to know because we're trying to protect people as well. This isn't just a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
We're trying to save lives out here. And we needed to know that. Now, 2 hot blonde MILFs share my big dick outside by the pool. Who is the big dick one? Do you remember that one?
J-Mac, yeah.
Okay.
And my friend Rachel Cavalli.
Okay, and Rachel, so you guys shared that dick by the pool, and then did you have pina coladas afterwards, or what did you guys do later?
Yeah. I think we smoked a joint or something.
Okay. Did you guys go to a brunch? It was never-ending mimosas or something like that? Like bottomless mimosas?
Something like that.
Okay. Dad's hurt and stepmom needs my dick, Joslyn Jane part 1. So in that one, how did your dad get hurt?
I can't remember.
Was it a skiing accident?
Yeah, it must have been a skiing accident. Or he fell in the garage or some shit.
Oh, he fell in the garage painting? That happens all the time. I've fallen in the garage painting. And every single time I've called out into the night, please help me. I've fallen in the garage from painting it, and my dick is very hurt.
You should get Life Alert. You should have Life Alert. I don't know why you don't have Life Alert.
Well, maybe Cock Alert, because it's like, hey guys, I fell off the ladder. I was painting the garage. My dick's really hurt. Can you help me out with this? And it
needs to be resuscitated back to life.
These are the questions that we want to know. Perv principal, hot blonde stepmom. So
that was with Tony Rubino. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I pulled my shoulder in that scene. I pulled my shoulder blade real bad.
Are you okay to this day?
Yeah, I'm fine, but like.
I want to know about your health and if you're okay. Can you show the audience? There you go.
Let me give you a visual.
There we go.
So it's like, so I was like this.
Yep.
And you can see like in the video, there's a point where I'm like, because I fucking pulled my shoulder blade.
That's what it was. Okay. So we'll go back and watch that one, and then we'll see where that injury occurred. And then
it's at like 3:16.
Oh shit, you got the time? You got the time code. Look at that, dude.
Don't listen to me. I'm making up the time.
Man, you just made up the exact time of Austin 3:16 too. Stone cold, you know? She fucking stone colded the audience. King Nasir versus Joslyn Jane.
Yeah, I remember that one.
How big is King Nasir in real life?
He's not that big. Like, he doesn't even weigh 200 pounds. You're talking about his penis?
Yeah. No, I like to go body weight before I go penis size. You know, I like to know what's going on down there. So he's under 200.
Even less, bro? Yeah, he's just like, okay, so he, it's funny. Like, in that scene, like, he picked me up and, like, no one told him to do it. And he was like, wow, you're heavy. And I was like, no one told you to do that. So you can put me down now.
Wait, he told you were heavy?
Yeah. And I was like, no one told you to pick me up.
Bro, well, you don't tell a woman she's heavy anyways.
Yeah, but the thing is that like, so my director always like teases him because he used to be a male stripper.
Okay.
So my director would be like, nah, bro, like you're actually just gay.
Yeah. You're actually just a homosexual male. I'm sorry. King Nasir.
Like, you're actually just like dudes, bro. No, I mean, he's great, whatever, but he was like, there were rape allegations about him, like.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
There's a lot of rape allegations, though.
There's tons, right? Yeah, like, because the Ron Jeremy thing just ended, and, it turned out he had dementia, so they couldn't try him, and he's going to some mental clinic or something like that. Maybe King Nasir will be there. I'm not really sure. What country is he king of?
I don't know.
Okay.
He ain't king of shit, but whatever. You can include that in the interview too.
No, I will. Oh yeah, we will absolutely. Who's your favorite to work with here? Because I'm looking at it like you've got. Yeah.
Okay. It's hard. I really like J-Mac a lot, but he's like super busy. So one of my favorite performers is actually in Vegas. His name is Musa Phoenix.
Okay.
He's lovely.
And these are all black gentlemen that you're naming, correct?
No, J-Mac is actually Cuban.
Okay.
But he's Irish and Cuban. And then, and then, yes, Musa is black.
I've seen Musa before.
Yeah. And here's why I asked. Giorgio is Greek, I believe, and he wants to know if he's got a shot. Do white guys have a shot with you, Joslyn Jane?
That's really what we're going at?
No, we just want to know for the audience. Like, look, you're single, you're out there, you're mingling, you're going to Flanagan's, you're ripping it up on a Friday night, you're watching Fast X after that. Does a white man have a shot with you where it's like, hey?
Yes, he does, but he's got to know sports.
Okay.
And he's got to be able to like be teased because I tease people.
Teased is in jokes or teased is in like feathers where they're chained up?
Like joke.
Oh, jokes. Okay, cool. Because I didn't know if it was like a teasing thing of like, haha, there's grape jelly in the bed and I'm gonna use a feather on your feet and you're chained up and Oops.
No. I used to do tickling videos, and I'm actually like deathly ticklish. So like I would never tickle somebody without their consent.
I've never been able to get off during a tickling video, not once. It's just
no, it's like torture. Like I'm covered in sweat. Like it's a lot for me. There's a lot going on. I feel like a cat being herded.
No, I get it, and that's something we don't want for you.
And then they chain you down too. They tie you down and they tickle you.
Yeah, I
tickle torture. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the videos, and again, have never been able to get off during something like that. Tickling, any form of clowns, like that.
I fucking hate clowns.
Same. Same. We had a clown porn star in the show.
If I go to Austin, can I meet your wife?
Absolutely.
Can we go out for drinks together?
Oh, dude, she rocks. Like the two of you guys would be homies. She does a show here.
Would we?
Yeah, she does a show on the network with me on Ross Patterson Revolution, and then another show called Crime Corner, where she goes through like brutal murders and shit.
Oh my God, send me the link for that. I want to listen.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, the two of you guys would be beef fries. And we just can't say anything in front of the neighbors because of the HOAs, There's a porn star clause out there where they're like, hey, you can't fuck in any of these houses. I'm trying to get it changed just because I want equality, but, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
I know you've got a busy day today, and you got some hammering to do. We do this thing called Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to end the show?
Sarah J.
No shit.
Yes.
Okay. Another MILF, dude. She's out there in these streets. That's an old school. That's a deep cut. Like, if you don't know Sarah J, you don't know porn.
She's a wonderful human being. She's one of the warmest, most wonderful people I've ever met.
How's her jumper? Is it wet, or does she need work on that jumper?
Great jumper.
She's got a great jumper. How's yours, by the way? It's like, do you play?
It's okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you gamble? Do you bet on sports?
No, I don't, but I should.
Shit, dude. Because we'll get you on in the fall. We host NFL shows, college shows, all that stuff where we pick the spreads. We'd love to have you back. You're fucking hilarious, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back on. Are you NFL or college?
NFL.
Okay, great. Who's your team? Is it the Dolphins?
It's the Cowboys, but I'm looking to change teams.
Okay. I mean, we can't do that, dude. It's now you're gonna get married to somebody with jean shorts and fucking who's smoking Cools, and it's gonna be shitty silver jewelry that isn't really silver. It's gonna leave a blue line around your neck. I mean, they're gonna have a fade that isn't all the way. It's a fucking mess. Dude.
Who's your team?
Oh boy, that's a terrible question. At least I can admit it that they're terrible. The Atlanta Falcons. I'm from Atlanta. I'm a Georgia boy.
Man.
Yeah. I know. We don't. It's some things need to go unsaid. Do you think the Cowboys have a decent shot this year?
No, I don't.
Me neither. It's Dak Prescott, right? Like he'll never fucking win a Super Bowl. Yeah. You don't have to say it. It's fine. Have you had sex with Dak Prescott?
I don't want to. No.
All right. Do you want to?
Not really.
Okay. All right. You don't want to fuck up the season, and that's fine. I'm going to slide you his number, though, just in case. If you're in Dallas and you're like, hey, man, I got some money on this. Let's go. Shoot for the stars. You keep your feet on the ground. You keep reaching for the stars, and that's the Cowboys. They're all stars. And so are you. They say never meet your heroes. I met mine today, and it's one of the greatest days of my life. Tell everybody where they can find you online.
OnlyFans.com/Joslyn Jane. I have a manyvids at officerjane.manyvids.com. My Twitter is at XXXJoslyn. That's spelled JOSLYN. And my Instagram is XOJosJane.
Perfect. And then last question to get you out of here. When you're on top and your legs are kind of bowed out like that, do you enjoy it? Or is the whole time, is every girl thinking, dude, my quads are burning and I've got to get out of this position?
No, I like it.
Okay. All right. Hey, best 36 G's in the biz. We love you, Joslyn. It was a great day.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please come back. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away for Joslyn Jane, MILF of the Year. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.